I love the divide. I love the city built atop a bridge. I think it's just really, really great.
Hey, new face, do me a favor, will you? Please, I'll make it worth the trouble.
What is it, beggar?
Look, I need some gear, friend. Real fast, like. I'm willing to part with whatever gold I got here, if you agree, that is. Just need you to give the rest of this pouch to a fella named Elrich, down in Arnima. He'll be festering with the rest of our ilk, you know, beggars.
If I pass by, I'll tell him. Give me the gold.
You've earned yourself a friend. Anything you need, I mean anything, and I'll return the favor. Just don't go asking while my eyes are at the back of my head. That's my happy time.
Good morning.
Okay, I won't interrupt your happy time. And I don't know if it was the intention, but... And I know it's not exactly the same, but this does remind me a little bit of the twins from Game of Thrones. The city that was built atop a bridge, but it was also spanning, a river and kind of the island in between. If I'm remembering correct, but it has been a few years, so that's just off the top of my head.
You wanted to speak of Mortavane. I've heard the news from the council that his seat in Arnima may be put into question.
You heard correct, because he and his guards are demanding more gold from the merchants, while also becoming more aggressive. No better than thugs. And that little lord does nothing but encourage it. I despise that unsightly man. Every conversation with him is extremely unpleasant. His paranoia also makes it so we can't have any of our own in that town to keep an eye on him.
I have a missionary within the temple down there. He shares whispers.
Something you need?
Occasion. If you need consoling on this, you only need to ask. If I may beg my pardon, I shall return to servicing this temple.
Very well.
Did his
Make
voice
prayer
change
that nothing
at the end?
terrible arises from this disorder. It's good to have the gods listening in times like this.
Wait, no, wait, don't walk away from me. Morosa?
Have we arranged a meeting, or is it your intent to address nobility lacking proper decorum?
Oof.
Speak quickly, lest you rile my temper.
Yeah, well, that one merchant called you frumpy looking. I'm George, your lookout tower was sacked by witchmen.
Oh, a harbinger of grim news. Not the best first impression. Well, thank you for telling me in advance of my own guards. It was only a matter of time before they spilled further east.
Well, we're on the west, if you look at the map. I'm just the messenger.
Pardon the introduction, yet understand the need for it. We can't have any wandering yokel approach royalty like they're of the same stock.
Yokel?
It's not good for the kingdom's image. We'll have the guard there as soon as possible. But for you, are you interested in some coin? We need someone to talk to us.
Gold for talking? Sure thing. I'm just gonna be a little bit more formal. What do you need done?
Yes, well, onto the matter. To the east of this bridge lies the town of Arnima, formerly Raven Spring, lest you run into a resident whose mind is stuck in bygone years. Can get confusing, much like everything else in this land. Within Arnima, you will find Jakos, who trains the scout detachment there. He's the only man that I somewhat trust, who's not completely beholden to his lord. Ask him about rumors. Tell him that I sent you. He should understand your intent. We've conducted affairs before. A simple nod from him will be more than enough information for you to infer. You don't need to know any further than that.
I understand. You have my silence.
Now, off you go. Earn a small fortune for yourself. I heard Evermore has many an opportunity to entertain your proclivities. On the stipulation of coin, mind you. Such coin that will be available on your return.
Stranger, fancy an extra blade to accompany you through the menagerie that is the Reach?
Oh, hell yeah, I love that armor.
Talk to me.
Consider yourself hired.
Gold makes me a happy man. Now let's go bash some skulls before I bore my ass off.
I'll take the help. I think he's just a basic companion, but still, I just like the fact that
Alright, then.
immediately he's like, hey, you need some help? I'm like, yeah, why not? So let me take a look at the map. Let me see where we're headed. We are headed to Arnima. Oh, one sec. Is the map freaking out a little just because I haven't been that far out yet, so it hasn't rendered out that part of the world? That might be it, but it's not happening consistently right now. Either way, we head to Arnima. It's just a little bit of a walk along the coast, a little bit south once we reach over here. Alright. Let's go.
Something you need.
Can we talk about the blood on the ground? Just blood everywhere. Look. Oh, we got jesters. Okay, but once again, the blood is the concerning part. Why is there blood here, Honor and Carly? It's not concerning. Can we get someone to mop that up, maybe? That would be nice. That'd be good right about now. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that is Arnima that I see from here, and then past that, way past that, that blue magical aura you see, I believe that is Evermore. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Animated corpses. Ooh, oh, they're gross looking.
That's that stench. Best be on your guard.
Which, I mean, when I say gross looking, they're supposed to look gross looking, so that's a compliment. That's a good thing. I want them to be a little gross. It almost gives me, Death Consumes All vibes. Because that had custom, zombies and undead and everything, too. And I believe we have more right up here. Started from dust. Head towards Sabbat. Which they mentioned earlier. The, town crier talked about that. The guards talked of a nearby settlement called Sabbat, having experienced a calamity, and from the sound of things, it wasn't by any natural means. I should head towards this Sabbat and see what has occurred. And that's right here. That is definitely an undead. Yep.
Look who's brave!
I am just absolutely blowing through them, though. And I believe this is on adept difficulty as well. Which I can always bump it up later, but I also don't see any need for animated corpses to be overpowered.
Going places, wrecking faces.
Especially if the mod is supposed to be level 5 and
the
up.
smoke from atop that old bridge, and the smell it carried greeted most who were watching the tragedy. I'm not too keen on meeting the mage who holds this type of power.
I'm glad I brought him along. He already has things to say. He already has unique dialogue about the situation. So I feel like bringing him along was already a good idea. Alright, investigate the source of the undead. We also have new ingredients, which is a really nice touch. Yeah, it's been years since I played, and even though the last time I played, I don't think the mod was done, or at least the main story wasn't done. I remember having a really positive experience with it, even though it got a little buggy at times, but this is all the work of one guy as well. This is really all just Razorkid and then voice actors that he got as well. Oh, I missed.
Hey, don't make this a habit now.
Uh-oh. Don't run past me, there's boulders in the way. Do not walk off the edge. I need you, I just hired you. I don't want to lose my 500 gold that quickly. Boop. Oh, he's still alive.
Cheeky.
What are you even fighting back there? Are you fighting the boulder back there? No. Okay, you're fine. In terms of level design, right now this reminds me a little bit of Dark End. Because there was something very kind of gothic and dark and kind of dark fantasy about Dark End as well. Which I love that style, I love that vibe. If anything, I love that aesthetic, especially for Beyond Reach.
Hey, don't make this a habit now.
What am I making a habit? You tell me what exactly I'm doing that's a habit. Standing in front of you, killing things?
There's something in the air.
I missed it.
Doesn't feel right.
I completely missed that. Don't worry about it. Oh, I see a cauldron. I don't see any undead over there, though.
Can just about feel my knees giving out with all this crouching.
Yeah, so right now, I get kind of like very heavy Dark End and Enderall vibes. Which I will not complain. I'm completely fine with that vibe. It's also just really, really good timing that I was planning on playing this because the Elder Scrolls Online just released a teaser for the next expansion for this coming year's expansion. Whoop! I thought I was going to miss that. And it seems to be set in High Rock or the Iliac Bay as a whole. We won't get the full reveal for another couple weeks, but even now I'm just really excited because I've always loved Bretons, I've always loved High Rock, I've always wanted to see more depiction of the Bretons, whether it's in mods, in game, and so on and so forth. So I'm sure you can expect some videos from me on ESO, on the announcement, and all of that. Once they make the official announcement, once there's more information about the expansion, because I would like to start doing some more ESO content in general. Like on a semi-regular basis, if possible. Because ultimately I don't want to do just Skyrim, I want to just cover Elder Scrolls stuff as a whole. Find and eliminate the necromancer. Oh, he's not in... Well, he's in the cave, he's just not right here. I'm just looking. I'm just taking a look. And the armor set that he's wearing, I've seen it before. I think Beyond Reach was the first time I ever saw it, but I loved it in Vigilant as well. I remember having it in Vigilant. I want to say it was Pelinal's armor set, if I'm remembering correctly. Uh-oh, someone detects me. Not for long, though. Oh, and... sneak attack kills. Sneak attacks for the win. Experiment log. What would be the best way to carry out this spell? I'm not sure. The others told me to conduct it on living persons, preferably a village or a small settlement, so that we can see the results of the spell and send a warning for anyone that pursues us. Hitting two birds with one stone. I've settled on a small hamlet called Sabbat. No one suspects a thing. This really is a first because every other time I've tried something similar to this, some scoundrel always sniffs me out and goes hollering at the guard. The elder talks of the abandoned mine at the end of the scaffolding across this cliff, deemed unsafe because of the shaky supports. I think this will be a good place to conduct my affairs. Alright, I altered the spell slightly from the master's intent. I hope he doesn't mind. The spell now has a larger area of effect. Imagine being one of the first necromancers to make living subjects essentially as mindless and obedient as those reanimated corpses, more motor functions and more complex tasks that they can perform. Maybe I'll get lucky and strike a couple of women with it. Oh no. Catastrophe! I don't know what to do. I can't return to the others. They'll tear me apart. The smell tore through the hamlet, searing the flesh of all that were in the way. I could hear the screams for days from this mine. Fortunately, they were still obedient, but not anywhere near the sophistication that we had hoped for. I've left them at my flank. I hope I can mine enough ore from this mine to hopefully bribe one of the guards. I know many of them only need a few septim to turn the other way. Yeah, that didn't work out very well for you, did it? Oh, okay. Now I just go back and I ask for a reward. I just wanted to see what it was. I just show up, it's like, hey, Sabbat's destroyed, killed the necromancer. What you got for me? Oh, there's still one alive. There's still a few more alive. Oh, whoops. I'm gonna let you have this one, because I keep on stealing all your kills.
Time to kiss my blade.
Perfect. See, that's what I'm paying you for. Oh, the council hall. I mean, that is as good a place as any to get a reward from. Makes sense to me. Counselor? Oh, you're not in here. You're upstairs. Ignore me. I'm new. I don't know where I am. I don't know where I'm going. Entoman?
Something you need?
Like the donuts! I've dealt with the undead who were harassing the divide.
You only imagine how much time
I've
this
been
bridge has
searching
left
for a
to
budding
overflow
bounty
and
hunter
rain.
like yourself.
Wouldn't want to be on
Now
a
we can
falls.
sleep without having one eye open with those ghouls gone. And if you're curious as to what the Mad Mage was doing in those mines, you should have a word with the bishop up at Evermore. Maybe he could spare some of his precious time to tell you what those necromancers might be doing. They've been a nuisance since forever. Before I forget, here's the gold for the job.
So, what is it that you do here?
Taking care of the spiteful bastards who harass these lands by sending eager mercenaries out to meet them. You could say I run a charity for the kingdom. I've always got contacts coming in, so don't be afraid to stop by and ask. The Reach has never had a day without blood.
I'll maybe come back for a bounty another time.
Till next week.
But I don't want to overload on quests. I don't want to take too many all at once. So if anything, let's focus on getting to Arnima. For right now, at least. I see a horse. Is that gonna be... Oh no, is he in the ground? Or is he just on the other side of the bridge? Okay, he was in the ground, now he's not. Hey, merchant friend! You having some trouble there? Never found your carriage, did you? You left it behind for the Reachmen to have. Oh well. It's a beautiful city, but man oh man, if someone could just clean up the heads and everything, that'd be really nice. It would make it an even nicer city. Wait, are you the traveling bard from Skyrim? You are!
The life of adventure and song is the life for us, eh, friend?
What are you doing out here?
The best tales are those of adventure.
Oh.
Who could truly write such a tale without first experiencing such?
Well, you came to the right province, I guess.
Some may find their inspiration tucked away in tomes.
Okay. I didn't know if he was maybe going to have some line about this, but I didn't think so, seeing as he was just a vanilla voice actor.
I don't faint now.
Oh, I didn't even see that third wolf, man. You've got my back. I'm going to keep you around. When I was looking at the mod page, I believe it said that there's about 25 or 28 quests and 50 different locations between different forts, subterranean structures, caves, mines, dungeons, so on and so forth. So there's a lot to do aside from just the main quest line itself. So in the interest of trying to cover most of the mod, we will probably take on different bounties and stuff as time goes on as well. That way we can show off more of the mod. Hello? Oh, is this going to be one of the corsairs that they
I hear
talked
it
about?
too.
No, Dragonstar mercenary.
Scream for me.
It
Going
is cool
places, wrecking faces.
to see different locations from Elder Scrolls lore, from some of the other games. Because Dragonstar I remember from ESO. It was in a much better state than this. Assuming that this is the remains or the ruins of Dragonstar. No, it's not. Okay. It's the bog. So there are corsairs from Dragonstar, but this is not Dragonstar itself. Listen, I was a little thrown off by the geography and the layout because the map is flipped, so I wasn't entirely sure where to expect different cities and locations to be.
Another poor sod that I'll have to clean off my
Because I was trying to think of where
blade.
Evermore would be, like
Say your
canonically
prayers.
speaking, on the map. I want to say
Going
it's
places,
Central
wrecking
High Rock,
faces.
but I could be mistaken. It's either Central or more kind of Western High Rock. Oh, these are both empty. Damn, Corsairs already cleaned the place out, huh? Well, it's safe for the next, like, 2 seconds, and now we can just continue heading on to Arnima. To me, this is one of those mods that has a really great sense of design, especially for
Spit it
cities.
out.
The taxes, they are too great for what we produce. Could you be so merciful to have the lord of this? We will not slacken if his lordship is generous.
That coin is going to a better cause, for the realm and the god-appointed lord, so that this land doesn't descend into chaos. Are you so selfish to forego our welfare just for another loaf of bread?
But when you're having the courage to take
Sir,
up the sword,
forgive
what
me
else
for
can
what
you
I
do
speak.
except take up the rake?
People starve and anger simmers. Whispers of dissent are heard from those most in need. We cannot face more disorder in these trying times.
And if those whispers become loud enough that I happen to overhear them, then we will be seeing more heads adorn the pikes. Only one way to reason with rebellious scum, and it's not with mercy. Now get back to your duties, serf, lest my temper sours further.
So, don't piss off the guards.
Sir,
Got it.
a moment if you will.
Wait, is the serf talking to me?
Spit it out.
Oh, nope.
The taxes,
Nope, never
sir,
mind.
they are
They're
too
just trying
great
it
for
again.
what we
He's like, maybe if I, raise my speechcraft, maybe then he'll, listen to me. Maybe then he'll agree to give me a chance. You guys got a little bit of a flood on your hands,
Spit
don't
it
you?
out.
There's just water flooding the streets.
Hello?
Hello. How are the horses faring with all the rain?
The rain they can deal with, but when the storms turn violent, then they become jumpy. I have to tie them tight to the rails so they don't get loose. One of them choked themselves on the rope last week during a downpour. I had to spend half my gold for a replacement.
I have no interest in buying a horse.
Till next we meet.
Just wanted to talk to her, because she had a unique name, which meant she probably had unique dialogue. Oh, did you see that? Are those supposed to be bats? I think they're supposed to be bats. Arnima. Discovered.
Make yourself busy.
Okay, I will. Okay, there was a flood recently, so it's not always like that, or wouldn't normally be like that.
You can't keep it all. That's my earnings for the season. Listen.
Oh,
I can
hey!
see you lads two around at the inn if you just let me take back half my stuff.
Oh, it's you!
A good compromise, right, boys?
Hey, you found your carriage!
It's always Evermore, never us that you care about. Why is that, merchant? Gold more important than blood, huh? And nah, we're keeping the whole lot of it. Besides, the inn stopped selling quality ale a good while ago. Nothing but piss pints now.
Too right. Been ages since we've had a good drink. Could probably buy a whole fortnight's worth of rum on your behalf, merchant. Those ponces at Evermore will have to wait for their next batch of fancy jewelry.
Here, here. Now, we're a generous lot. So your horse and whatever rags you wrapped in are all yours. And this is only temporary, so don't feel too glum.
Yeah, bugger off before we get all Morty involved.
Word spreads, lads. Don't be surprised when us men of coin stop appearing.
Can I talk to you? Hey, you in trouble with the guards?
When aren't we merchants in trouble with this humble lot? They've got this racket going where they take our goods for inspection, but really we know they're just pinching whatever they find that can fetch a good price.
Do you want me to have a word with them?
I do really need my goods, but I know that they'll give me hell if they find out I'm causing more of a hassle than I've done in the past. Alright, they'll tread with care. Don't tell them it was me who sent you, just say you oversaw the entire thing and decided to be the gentleman when these prats weren't. Cheers.
They're gonna see me talking to you, though. Like, oh, were you just talking to that merchant? I know what you said about us. I know what you're doing. Oh, wait, also, let me just enable this. Deliver the gold to Elrich within Arnima.
Let's go settle at the inn for a bit. My legs are begging for a rest. You alright?
Oh, I can't talk to him. Do I have to talk to the other guard? Oh, well. I'll find them. I'll talk to them. I'm surprised there's not more of a turnout. Oof. Ooh, and his head rolled right off, too.
Make yourself busy.
Okay.
Don't cause any trouble now.
I hear that a lot. Make yourself busy. How do they know that I'm not already busy? They make a lot of assumptions, huh? Oh, hey! Statue of Talos. Which, I mean, it makes sense to me, at least since there were different rumors or speculation that Talos was a Breton, or at least that, you know, Hjalti Earlybeard, Tiber Septim, whatever you want to call him, was a Breton. Because that is one of the things up for debate. Jackos?
Got something to say?
What's the deal with all these Reachmen?
Isn't that the question on everyone's lips? Abandon any hope of reasoning with these savages. Trying to understand them will earn you a dung-covered arrow in the gut. The dam wiped out nigh 8/10 of the men I've sent up their way. All fell by either maddening sorcery or toxic weaponry. The other 2/10 returned either missing their limbs or part of their sanity.
Sanity?
You heard right. Like their brains were not clean out of their skulls, raving mad, regurgitating the same strange words that those fanatics vomit up from their black lungs. Ever wondered how a force this destructive and incoherent can keep their numbers up? It's not because they breed like rabbits, though that's definitely playing a role. It's mainly because our very own defect from all over the kingdom.
Why would you join the Witchmen?
Ain't that another question on everyone's lips? We'd love to give you a reason, but I've burnt myself out in the past trying to conjure one. Seems this dark prose gets lodged between their ears, messes with their thoughts. Makes them violent, bitter and unpredictable. We've made it an unspoken law to exile those affected by this mind poison rather than take them in. Rehabilitation has proven futile, a cold measure. And cold begets cold, with the whole land freezing in its misery.
Arnima's fallen on hard times?
Never seen you before, so I'll hazard a guess that you're new. The sheer state this town must be in for a newcomer to first remark on its poverty. If you're willing to stay a while longer, and you'll come to witness that some of us still retain our civility. Don't judge a book by its cover, they say. Wish that were completely true in our case.
I was sent by someone on the bridge to see if you needed help.
Got ourselves a spy. Could find yourself at the end of a rope, if you're lucky.
Oh.
Yeah, I know who you're talking of. Tell her that a helping hand is more than welcome. She'll get the gist. Before I forget myself as someone of meagre authority, take this letter as well. The seal is meant to keep prying fingers out, so she'll know if you start sticking your nose in.
Anything else?
What? Want to take me to dinner?
Maybe.
Just make sure you get back to her safely. If you ever feel your safety compromised, make sure to leave no trace of that letter. That's all the blood that follows will be on your hands, not mine.
My legs are begging for a rest.
Why haven't you done anything about Mortiphane already?
Got your blinders on? Plans have a tendency for being outed upon leaving your lips here. We've got ears all round town, eager to earn an extra septim for themselves by getting on the Lord's good side. Besides, our hands are ultimately tied through forces beyond Mortiphane.
What do you mean?
There's a larger fear among the royalty in this province for uppity peasants than mad tyrants. We don't want to be setting any precedents with our unruliness now. And so our only ally is time. Waiting for the Lord to pass on for a more just ruler to reign. That knowing the reach is a hope based in fantasy. We shouldn't talk
High
about
rock,
this further.
fantasy.
A man has to be cautious if he wants to keep his head.
Just because High Rock and the Bretons are often looked as the more traditional, more common, almost European-based high fantasy, medieval fantasy. You know, I don't know if I'm going to find you again later. Any work for me?
An eager helper or a plotting saboteur?
Both.
If the latter, then I must warn you, there's no second chances within this town. First sign of you turning cloak will have you hoisted in the dungeons.
Paranoia isn't going to earn you any friends. No wonder you keep earning enemies.
What do you suggest? Confront our foes with daisies and smiles? They'll cleave your smug face in too. Yeah, there's some truth to your words, and I'd be remiss in this town's welfare if I stubbornly defend my stance. So if you're sincere and you want to help out, then we have a job at hand.
Tell me what you need done, and I'll make an attempt.
Oh no, friend. Not attempt, but do. This isn't a job that you can just half-arse and make your peace with the land. You'll have to stick it through, else Mara's going to be receiving another soul. If you haven't noticed, we civilized folk in our civilized gatherings are but an enclave to all the scum that lie in wait, just a stone's throw from our gates. Our closest neighbours happen to be those feral folk dejected from the kingdom's settlements, making the wilds their home.
Bandits?
Exiles. Same thing, just different legal repercussions if they ever return to where they were booted. The punishment here is death. Mortiphane decreed it so. Even the family of exiles can expect the same harsh treatment if they're ever found to be consorting with their criminal kin.
So what exactly do you want me to do?
Well, we needed a scout to oversee any contraband smuggling or corruption within our ranks, who may be dealing with the delinquents. The exiles don't pose the same threat as all the other villains in the Reach, but they sure break cohesion here in the kingdom. Always had a problem with our guard, doped up and turning a blind eye to their duties. Sometimes it's hard to distinguish between your own and those rats who supply them.
Got it. Tell me where to go.
Just what I like to hear. Some conviction for
Oh,
your work.
Red Dawn.
Here, give us your map. I'll dot the area that our scouts use as a vantage point. Can gander at the whole camp on this humble knoll. Just make sure you're discreet with this venture. These exiles may be dumb, but they ain't blind.
Damn. Anything else I should know about my scouting duties?
Since you're working for us in this brief stint, I just want to brief you on our alarms. If you hear the horns blowing, then turn tail and get back to us in haste. We're on edge for any attacks on our walls, and for good reason. I had a witchman raid not long ago, and I want more bodies at the gate to deal with them. Seems as though every time I ponder about a raid, it happens. Misfortune runs through the land like out water.
Alright. Oh, wait. There was one more dialogue. What can you tell me about the Red Guards?
That they're thieves.
Oh.
Alright, pardon my temper.
Oh.
I know better from my travels that they aren't all plunderers and pirates. Only because not every red owns a ship.
Damn!
And pardon the jab, can't help it. Sometimes you can only laugh when you're dealing with this much dung being thrown at you from every corner of the land. Let's just call them raiders, huh? Well, these raiders swarmed our southern mines, right in the heart of that storm which brought the rivers crashing to our walls. Cannon had levelled the bog, and we soon saw the rats feed among the rubble.
I did see the bog, to be fair. Opportunities are always seized by the predatory. And what is cannon?
It's what the Reds use because they're impotent minds being incapable of handling magic. A large metal tube propels a metal ball, where if you blink, you'll miss it ripping right through your skull. These Red Guards have a lot of similar contraptions. Fortunately, the most advanced aren't held by their criminals, but by those with the coin to do so. Another precaution against a provincial war, if I may opine.
Also, to be fair, it's not that the Red Guards can't use magic, it's that it's just very taboo for a lot of Redguards. Yet we have magic, surely that's better. Why have they not been expunged from those mines?
It is better, but extremely taxing, and can have a callous mage in a very dire situation if he casts it in disregard. Machine, however, needs no mental operator that must maintain a steady focus. Only thing they need is a cleaning, and someone with spare hands to wield it. Can't say the same for all the mages who've lost their minds from years of gazing into their tomes. So we're being careful when approaching these river rats. Have to gauge what their arsenal is before making our move. But rest assured, we will flush them out, just a matter of time.
Alright, and that is all the dialogue now. And I'm pretty sure the guards came here, the ones that I wanted to talk to. Oh no, not even the... I assumed this was the inn. My bad.
Make yourself busy.
Here we go, I found him. He was just by the gate. Hey, that merchant looked distraught over his cart. I'm sure you're just keeping it here temporarily, right?
What are you, his lover?
Maybe.
We're just assessing any item that may be sold as munition for our enemies.
Oh, like ale?
The rest of it may be distributed to the people of Arnima to help with their suffering. We're doing a good thing.
Oh yeah, and the visitor's tax for Riften is going to the people and is going to the coffers of the town and not just into the guards' pockets, sure. Scaring off the traders will bring serious troubles later on. Do you really want to be poorer than you already are?
What succubus did you have to kill for that magic tongue? Alright, tell the merchant to grab his stuff. God knows this town doesn't need any more enemies. Don't cause any trouble now.
Is he just right outside the gate? If I go right out there, will he still be there? Because once again, it's an unmarked quest, so I just gotta track everyone down on my own.